Rent free. Rent free. Rent free. Lives in your head rent free. Rent free. Rent free. Rent free.
Hey man, what's up, baby? No, I'm joking. What's up,
Lives in your head
everyone?
rent
This is
free.
your boy. Welcome to another episode of Rent Free with Tech Supreme. That is me. Thank you for checking out the podcast this episode. It's been a few weeks since we did an episode, so I do apologize for that delay. One of my goals in 2022 is to become more consistent with everything that I do, so we're going to aim for that and see where we land. Without further ado, let's just hop right into the episode. Hope everyone had a good New Year's Eve celebration. It's a week out since New Year's Eve, so New Year's Day Eve. I don't know. But yeah, I hope everyone had a safe and fun time. We didn't do much ourselves. We kind of stayed in the house. We went to dinner at this place called Carnivore, which is a wonderful steak place. It's a lot more. It's I don't know if it's not really like your typical steakhouse. It's very I don't know how to describe it, but it has really good food, basically. So we had a couple drinks and dinner there, and that was awesome. But we kept it safe. It was raining gunshot sounds all night where I live, so we stayed in the basement, which is, where I do all my living, right? Like just, having fun set up in the basement. So we did, we stayed in the basement all night and just kind of hung out. Now, you're going to hear some dogs barking. People who know me know we have two dogs, but we just added another dog to the equation. Our friend had to basically relocate her dog, and instead of giving it to Humane Society, because the dog is older in life, we said we'll take the dog on. So right now he is upstairs barking his ass off. He is a Yorkie. He's a little guy, but he has a lot of personality. He was super sweet, just a good dog. But for some reason, I think they're doing construction across the street in the park, and he's going batshit crazy up there. So if you hear barking, that's what it is. But without further ado, let's hop into the episode. The first thing I want to talk about this week is my wife's birthday. Tomorrow is my wife's birthday, and I'm super excited to celebrate it with her. All right, so I had to stop the video because I can't say too much about our plans because she does listen to the podcast. But super excited to celebrate birthday tomorrow. And last week we did something. I'm all over the place today. Last week we did an escape room with our friends. They invited us out, and apparently they're escape room junkies, so we just went to do an escape room, and it was super fun. Tonight we're doing it again, the same place, different room for my wife's birthday. Super excited about doing that. Now, last week was the first time I've ever done an escape room, like ever in life, and it was absolutely nerve-wracking because I was going with people who I knew already like kind of know what they're doing, and I really don't. So I was a little nervous about that. But then I kind of I got real quiet and got real focused and tried to kind of take in everything that they're showing me. And I ended up solving a few clues, not all of them, but just a couple key clues to get into the next rooms, which was super fun to do. I had a blast. I would do that again, and we're doing it tonight with another set of friends. So we're gonna see how that goes, and hopefully, we solve it. Now we might not have the same success we had last week. Now last week we literally broke the record for the escape room. Which was we did 31 minutes and 13 seconds, and the record was 31 minutes and 37 seconds. So we beat the best time, which was amazing to do. We were super proud of that. And tonight, hopefully, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be just as fun. Again, I don't think we're gonna break a record tonight. This is basically, I think this is a harder room. So the friends who invited us last week, they're really into escape rooms, and I think this room they didn't beat. One of the very few that they haven't beat, because they're absolute geniuses. Shout out to them. I love them to death. So super excited about that. If you haven't gone to an escape room, try it, do it. It's super fun. Now, what I find interesting about this escape room is it's literally kind of around the corner from our house. And we've been to this building before because they have one of the biggest haunted houses in St. Louis. But we actually never knew that I didn't know they did escape rooms, even though I kind of in the back of my mind knew it. Again, you kind of have to explore a little bit more, because there's something right underneath your nose that it may be loads of fun that you may absolutely fucking love, but because you're not looking for it, you don't know it's there. So, I'm going to try to keep my eyes open for things like that a little bit better going forward. Now, Normally, I start the episode right off with the journey update, but I want to talk about my wife's birthday first because that's super important to me and I'm super excited. But now we can. Now we can talk about the journey update. I've hit a milestone. I'm out of a certain number range that I'm not going to disclose. I was 300, and I'm out of the 300s, right? I'm a fucking big dude, 6'3". I was 340 when I started. I'm underneath 300 now. I'm in the 290s, and the weight is consistently falling off. I'm super excited about everything I do. Like, every workout is exciting to me, and every meal is exciting to me because it's an opportunity to make better, have a goal, like move towards something, like move forward. Like, everything has purpose, right? Like, if I go eat Taco Bell, which I'm going to 100% do tomorrow to try the wings, which is tomorrow's cheat day and my wife's birthday, so we going up. But like, if I eat Taco Bell, I know that that's not building, that's destroying, if that makes sense, right? That's the kind of mindset that I'm in right now. Like, is it building or is it destroying? So like before, when I was working out with Ben and his mom, I felt like I was working out and I was more counteracting. You know what I mean? Like, I was more trying to balance out, not really balance, but like kind of counteract the effects of my diet and trying to soften the blow. Whereas now, where I'm eating 100% clean, and I'm working out, hard, consistently, daily, most days, right? You still have to have rest days, but I feel like everything is building now. So like, that's a whole different shift in mind change. So like, I'll look at food differently now, where I'm like, that's not really gonna build me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I eat this lean meat and these vegetables, and like, and I drink this smoothie or whatever I'm doing, or eat this salad or eat these greens, like, I know that I'm building something, right? But then when I see, like, when I'm on cheat days, I'm like, it's not. It's mentally it's satisfying, but physically I know that it's not building. But in the same breath, when you're doing it this way, where like you do allow the things that you love to come in and trying to fit it in, it does make it more sustainable mentally and physically. You know what I mean? Like, because your metabolism is such a weird thing. And we're at a time of the year where everyone has, like, all the fitness people are talking their shit, and all the trainers are talking their shit, and everyone's trying to get you to buy into their program or buy into them. And there's so much information, and I ended up on like weight loss TikTok, because I've been making a lot of TikToks about it, because I'm super passionate about doing it right and doing it sustainable. And it's so much misinformation, and it's just like everyone's writing off what they're saying as facts. You have people who are completely shredded, who probably, no shade, but some of them have definitely taken steroids, who are saying, oh, just do this. But that's not true. Like, that's not how it goes. And losing weight and being healthy is real simple. It's real simple. And I've even seen people arguing like, oh, eating clean and eating dirty, the concepts are wrong. It's really not. It's either eating like a fucking, like you give a fuck about your body and your fucking health, or not. It's either or. It's like, yeah, you can call it clean, you can call it dirty, but it's literally either or. Either I'm going to eat like an asshole, or I'm fucking not. Right? Like, if I'm eating fried chicken and pizzas every night and burgers and cheeseburgers and fries, I'm eating like a fucking asshole. Because your body does not like that. You can tell. You don't feel good after you eat it. Like, when I eat now, I feel fine. Sometimes it feels like I have more energy. You know what I mean? Like, you know how people get lethargic after they eat? Because they're eating heavy shit. They're eating shit the body doesn't want to fucking digest. Same thing with fucking alcohol. But I'm not going to get into that because I fucks with alcohol. But I had to stop drinking alcohol as much. Because your body's like, what the fuck is this? Why are you doing this to me? Like, yeah, mentally you feel great inside, right? But your body is fucking fighting for its life on the inside. And like, how often do you think you can do that your whole life? You can't. You can't do that shit you did in the 20s. In your 30s, you need to start moving away from that shit, because like because you're losing people in your 40s. I'm losing people. I lost the whole meat of alcohol last year. You will straight up lose people because of their dietary choices. Look at 600 Pound Life and then Google how many people died from 600 pounds life in their 40s. Now, obviously, that's extreme. Niggas ain't walking around 600 pounds, but that's the fucking truth of it. The way you eat will determine how long you live. Simple. It's crazy. And like I said, that's why I've been doing so many videos and TikToks about it, because I get super into it. I get super passionate about it, because I've been big my whole life. When I turned 30, I cut weight, but it was so extreme, it was not sustainable. It mentally exhausted me. That's why I gained weight back, because I lost 120 pounds in 10 months, And as soon as I let up, shit just came back. Because you cannot do all the fad diets. I can rant all day about fad diets. You can't do that shit, bro. It don't work. It works for a little bit, for a little bit. But if you're not making a lifestyle change where you realize like you educating yourself on food and how it affects your body and how much energy you put out, and you try to find that balance, if you don't do that, you're just gonna be a fucking walking time bomb. And it will explode. Something's gonna explode. Something's gonna snap the fuck out on you. Simple as that. What you do to your body, you take it with you. And it keeps receipts. So, all right, enough with my rant on that. Sorry about that, guys. I just get really passionate about it, especially now that I'm down almost 50 pounds and like I'm working on these goals every single day. I'm drinking my water, my 120 ounces plus of water a day, and I'm doing all these things. So I care a lot about it. Super passionate about it. Moving on. The book of Boba Fett came out last week, so we're on episode 2 now. Of course, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but I do enjoy Star Wars quite a bit. I feel like in my levels of interest of franchises, Star Wars is not as high as it used to be. But they're winning me back with the Disney Plus shows. The first episode, I wasn't sure how I felt after it, but the second episode kind of sold me on it. And I do have to remember that they're trying to tell us a story, and we have to let them develop the story. We have to let them take us on a path, on a journey. And I really liked the second episode. It told me a lot about Boba Fett without telling me a lot about Boba Fett, if that makes any sense. Plus, they have, I don't want to spoil it, but they have a character that I had no idea was in lore, but he is, and he's terrifying, and he's fucking gorgeous looking. Like, he's just so fucking dope looking. I just can't wait to see more of him. And if you see the episode, you know exactly who I'm talking about. One of my homies told me on Twitter that is actually this character's name, and he's from this, so that was super dope to learn that. So Book of Boba Fett. I don't think I'm gonna love it as much as I love a Mandalorian, but I can see it being up there because I fucking love Mandalorian. I love everything about that show. They haven't done one bad episode. Plus, they had Bill Burr in it, which is one of my favorite comedians ever. So, Disney Plus can do no wrong in my eyes. They just wrapped up Hawkeye. That was amazing. A lot of people are upset about the ending of that, but like when you keep things true to the lore, and people are watching these Marvel shits and these other shits, and they're not like, they don't really know the back history. They just see a cool show, but like all this stuff is stories that have been told, and they're kind of manipulating it and changing it to fit the screen and to fit our interests. But everything has a purpose and a reason. So I think it's dope. Check out Book of Boba Fett. Now, you know me, I kind of speed, not really speed through, I feel like, but I really don't do super long takes on things. I just kind of like to get in and get out, because I want this podcast to be a short one. I don't want it to be a super long one. We did the 60-minute shit show. We did Nightcap podcast, they were all like an hour plus long. And, when I listen to podcasts, I like to listen to them weekly. But I also like to get in and out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to, if I see a podcast and it's like 3 hours long, I don't give a fuck that long. So that's the reason why I keep mine to 20 minutes, 25 minutes, worst case scenario, 30 minutes. It is what it is. If you're seeing this on YouTube, thanks for checking it out. I like the fact that we're doing visuals as well as the audio. That's kind of my shit. I'm looking at my background as I'm doing this, like, man, I need to add a couple more elements to it. We're going to work it out, though. This is the year to do that. But yeah, that's definitely on its way, I think. But anyway, moving on. Oculus Quest. I got somehow mentally... If you know my personality, I have an obsessive personality. So once I get an idea in my head, it's kind of hard for me to get out, and I obsess over it. And somehow Oculus got into that. Picked up an Oculus, I think about a week or two ago. And I do have to say, I've used it every single day. It's amazing for video games. It's amazing for interacting. I think I was very intrigued with the concept of the metaverse, but I kind of get it. And there was a movie that I can't think of where everyone on the outside world was like horribly out of shape, and just like when they go into this universe, this metaverse, they were like, oh, skinny and beautiful. And I could see that with getting the Oculus. I can definitely see that, but it's trippy. It's very trippy. And I have a very powerful gaming PC. So with the Oculus, Oculus is self-contained. So previously you would have to run your VR headset through your computer, but they have the technology now where you can actually run your computer on your VR. So with having a powerful PC, I was able to download a bunch of VR games, and one of them was Spider-Man No Way Home. You know I'm a fucking Marvel fanatic, and I literally, when you see videos of people and they're doing the VR shit and then they fall or they run into something, and you're like, how does that happen? Now there's software inside of it, right, where you can, in the real world, you can use the hand controller to kind of mark your territory, and it will stop you from going past it, right? When I played Spider-Man No Way Home, I got completely disoriented, did not know where I was, could have easily ran into something, because like you literally, with the Spider-Man game, and it's just it's not really a game, it's more just like a swinging through New York City demo with very light fighting, but you're using the controller to shoot your webs, and then you have to pull yourself from place to place, right? It is the most trippiest fucking thing ever. It's so fucking fun. You need to get an Oculus. I really do believe that this is the future. This virtual reality is going to be part of the future, and once the technology like exceeds, because right now it's pretty high, it's pretty good, but once it exceeds, it's going to be even crazier. You know what I mean? Like once you get like Xbox Series X or PS5 or computer graphics within this 3D world, which they're very close to, it's going to be a different ball game. You can kind of tell the bits aren't as crisp or high as you know, actual regular video game, but you have to understand, like, they're creating 3D worlds. Like you look around and it's all there. I was playing Darth Vader Immortal, and I'm just going through training, and the training is fucking fun, but like I'm wielding a lightsaber, I hear something behind me, I have to turn around and fight that too. Like, it is insane. So big fan of Oculus Quest. I think everyone should fuck with VR. It's not going to be for everybody. There has been a couple times in which I've felt a little bit of motion sickness, but besides that, it's a blast and a half. Definitely 10 out of 10 would recommend. Moving on. I went to the dentist this week, and I have to go 3 times a year. Hereditarily, there's something in my family that causes this teeth disease called periodontal or something like that. And so we're trying to, because as a self-employed graphic designer since I was 26, I have not had insurance until me and my wife got married. Like I just didn't. So that means there was a lot of years that I didn't go to the dentist. So now that I'm actually all the way caught up, we're just doing preventative things. Because once I mentioned that it was like, you know, that it ran in my family, they were like, all right, cool. We're watching for it. You're good now, but we're going to make sure that we stay on top of this. So, you know, I know a bunch of people who don't take care of their teeth. And you have to, dude, because like you don't want the latter. Like I know there's people on TikTok who've blown up because they don't have real teeth, and it's always like, oh, this is me without teeth, and look at the glow up because now I got these fake teeth. That's a huge thing on TikTok. It is. Take care of them joints, right? Get the dentist joint. And the reason I found this dentist, which I love him. He's super cool, super awesome guy. He runs a really good office. And this is what I actually went to him before I had insurance. I went to Groupon and got one of those cleaning joints, like, cause I know my teeth were fucked up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not like, you know, fucked up like visually, but like there had been no maintenance. Like I don't think I've went to the dentist in life before, this dentist. And so I walked in there and I told him that, and he was like, yo, we got you. And then before I was even married, I had insurance. He was like, yo, like, we'll take out this insurance coverage. You can do this, and this. And I did all that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, before I even got it together, I was getting it together. You know what I'm saying? So, like, take care of your teeth, people. If you take nothing away from this particular episode, if you need to take care of your teeth, go and find you a dentist. Hop on Groupon, get a deal, get in the door, but take care of that shit and stay on top of it, because the one thing that I feel is a horrible design in human beings, no slight to any architect you believe in, but is the teeth. I feel like the teeth are a horrible design for humans, and I would totally prefer just like a white block, right? Just like white block with 2 fangs, like something where like you don't have to do that. Because what animal has to take care of their teeth except humans? Well, maybe because we're fucking sentient, we're conscious and smart. Because dogs' teeth get fucked up too. But that's besides the point. Hold on a sec. That's besides the point. Take care of your teeth. That's it. That's all I want to say. Now, this next topic I have, I already talked about it, New Year's Eve and shit. You know, we didn't do much, just stayed safe, and I hope everyone else did. Let's talk about the goals of 2022, which I briefly talked about. So we're nearing the end of the episode, so I'm gonna talk about two last things. Goals. It's okay to set New Year's resolution. I think a few years ago it became a thing to slam New Year's resolutions. It's 100% okay to do New Year's resolutions. It's not okay to not stick with it. That's why I want I wish people's mindset was more on that. Like, don't shame people for having New Year's resolutions. Shame people for not sticking it to it. One of my big things is I used to get annoyed for people who go to the gym on New Year's Eve, right? Or like after New Year's. And then I had to check my own thinking on it. It's like, they need to be there, right? Like, if they have a desire to be there, they need to be there. You need to be, as someone who's there outside before then, encourage it. You know what I mean? Because at one point in time, I know me and my homie Nick, when I first started my journey 10 years ago, we weren't New Year's resolutionists, but we kind of were, but we just didn't go until like spring. People were encouraging me then. This one trainer at Club Fitness, rest in peace, he passed away later that year in a crazy freak car accident. But he was encouraging, like, and he wasn't making money off of us because we weren't the type of people. I'm not the type of person to go get a personal trainer. I'll figure it out on my own. I'll do my own research, and that was, you know, first time really being in a gym. So I was 100% watching videos and shit like that. So I was teaching myself, but he didn't get paid to help us. He was just there helping us and showing us things. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I remember one day I was doing leg presses, and this young man walked up to me. He's like, "Hey man, I've seen you in here since beginning of this year, man, and you've lost a lot of weight, man. Congratulations." You know what I'm saying? So people were like loving and positive, and I want to be that person for people. I don't want to be like that gym person, like, oh, new people. Like, nah, come in. Like, this is where you need to be. If you're fat, and I made a TikTok about this. The gym is an intimidating place. The people there are intimidating. The workout's intimidating. All of it's intimidating. But if you're fat, that's where you need to be. Now, is that the end all be all? No. It's such a small percentage of what you're trying to do to lose weight is the gym. Very small. You don't need to go to the gym to lose weight. Is it better? Yes. Will it make you better? Yes. Over time. Gym is one of the consistency things. Like, if I saw a video, I feel like this episode I'm saying, like, I saw a TikTok video. I saw this video, but I have. And he was just like, you know, if I go to the gym one day, I come home, look in the mirror, I see nothing. If I go the next day or the next week and come home, look in the mirror, I don't see anything. So should I quit? No, because it's not about the time, the days you went in. Is the consistency over time. Because now if you take that and you say, all right, I look in the mirror this day, and then a year from today I look at the picture, you see a huge difference. It's very hard to see very small differences in you day to day. That's why people get fat, and that's why I've lost 50 pounds and I don't necessarily see it. I know my clothes fit better. I see certain things, right? I see very small things here and there, but people have to tell me, like, man, you look different, bro. And like, that's when I get that, okay, like, it is, you know, it is a difference. And then when you see pictures, of course. But if you're scared to go, don't be. One thing that's really odd to me is if fitness makes up 20% of weight loss, then why is it 100% of what you see this time of year being promoted? And really, people don't need personal trainers. You need dietitians. Dietitians should be the number one thing January and February. You know what I mean? Because like, that's where the problem is. That's where the weight gain is coming from, and that's where the weight loss is going to come from. It's not going to come from doing fucking push-ups. You know, you might develop some muscles, but if you don't have that proper diet, none of it matters. I can have a proper diet and not go to the gym and lose weight, but I can't have an improper diet and go to the gym and lose weight. It is what it is. So the fitness, so the goal for 2022, I got on a tangent, is to keep being consistent. That's my key word this year, is consistency. Consistency with the podcast, consistency with the music, consistency with, of course, my business, my graphic design business, which I feel I'm always consistent in that, but I definitely need to pick up the slack on the other things. I stopped streaming for a while because I wanted to get into a place where I felt like it wasn't a task. It wasn't stressful because my numbers weren't growing, or I'm getting good numbers this day, but not good numbers this day. So I want to take a step back, and now I'm working towards, revitalizing that thing because I enjoy doing it. It made me some money, not a ton, but it made me some money, and it's something I enjoy doing. And I want to keep enjoying doing it, so I took a step back so I can kind of rebuild my focus with it. But that's my goal for this year, is to be consistent, like daily uploads, daily videos for TikTok, and all these different things that in my mind I want to do to build what I'm building, right? And whatever your goals is, I think everyone's goal has to be consistency. Like no matter what your goal is if it's saving money this year, or is it's getting to that, that fitness goal, or getting to that creative goal, or getting to that work goal, is being consistent. So that's what we all need to strive for. But that's definitely what I'm focused on in 2022, is being consistent and moving forward. Last topic, real quick. COVID-19, it's raging. Everyone I know has gotten it within the last few weeks. Everyone who's dodged it for the last couple of years seems to me in the last month have gotten it. So just be safe. Wear a mask. Don't be a dick. Get vaccinated. Get boosted. Just don't be an asshole. Now, if you don't believe in all that shit, that's fine. Tell me about it so I can't be your friend anymore. I'm joking. But, like, be good to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, wherever you lean on with the politics of it, that's one thing. I don't like politics either. I don't trust politicians. Have they politicized all this? Absolutely, they have. They politicize everything for their advantage, for their money, for the dollar signs. Just do what's right for you, but do what's right for the people around you. You know what I mean? Like if you're not gonna get vaccine, you're gonna, deny COVID or whatever. Just don't go into people's faces, man. Just like, don't go to the family function. Don't go to the party. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just move as if like you have your choice, but don't put us all at risk because you don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And I know what you're gonna say. Well, if you got a mask on, it shouldn't matter. It's true. I feel like I got a couple close calls with people who ended up getting COVID, but I had my mask on and I didn't get it. Thank God. So yeah, it's such a messy thing now, and I think it says a lot about America. It's like we can't get shit together on this, and like you can tell that like if it was worse, then it like a worse situation happened. Like I know I'm a geek sci-fi, but like if zombies attacked, we'd be dead, bro. Like it wouldn't even stand a fucking snowball's chance in hell to survive that, because we can't get past this shit. And this shit is kind of, if you think about it, it's kind of fucking easy. It's if everyone just got on the same page, it'd be easy to come by, easy to get by. That's America. This is America. So a lot of things in America seems to should be easy, but it's not, right? Like cops killing someone without a gun. That should be an easy open and shut case. Like, yeah, you fucked up. You killed somebody, you didn't have a gun? You fucked up. But in America, it's all convoluted, man. It's all fucking crazy. But also, I was watching this YouTuber, Indigo Traveler. He's a New Zealand white dude named Nick. And he just goes to the worst places in the world, and he's gotten such a reputation for it that horrible countries, and I think they invite him in, and like they give him an escort, and very, very fortunate to be born in America. And I know this country fucking sucks, but it could be way worse, bro. It could be way, way worse. I'll leave it at that. But if you get a chance, check out Indigo Traveler on YouTube. He's absolutely amazing at what he does. All his videos are 100% worth every second of viewing. Well, having said that, it's been a little bit longer than I usually like. I do have to cut it apart while I was talking about my wife's birthday, but yeah, episode 20 is in the books. Thank you for listening to Rent Free with Tech Supreme. If you've seen this on YouTube, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, click the top corners for a new video, and I will see you guys on the next episode of Rent Free with Tech Supreme. Peace out. Much love.
Rent free. Rent free. Rent free. Lives in your head rent free. Rent free. Rent free. Rent free. Lives in your head rent free.